Greetings. Welcome to the Lightroom forecast. This is for water signs over the month of December. And we're right at the end of November at the moment, so it's interesting eclipse season. Even though I'm not an astrologer, I am a keen student. And I must say I love Pam Gregory. I think she's really good if you haven't watched her already. So let's get stuck into it, lovely water babies. I'm just going to do a simple 4-card spread and then clarify. We'll see. So we'll look at past, present, future and potential outcome. Just one card, please. I like to wait for them to jump. Ooh. Wow. Wow. And this one really jumped. Excuse me for a moment. Here we go. So the past, it appears to be, sorry about the lighting. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Thoth Frieda Harris deck. It's a beautiful card. The Wheel of Fortune in the past. The Wheel of Fortune is a wonderful, it's a wonderful card. It always reminds me of new cycles. The Wheel of Fortune, you know, sometimes we're on top. Sometimes we drop off down the bottom, but we always get back on again. We'll just, for the present, let's keep some kind of continuity here. I just went for a fabulous bike ride. And the sea is right just over here. It's beautiful, but wild. So water babies, the present situation at the current time, the present situation for you. The Ace of Discs, a great gift from the divine, an opportunity. We see great abundance, but it is coming down from Kita, from the top of the tree of life. It is a gift. Some gifts we don't see, and they might be sitting right in front of us. This is a great and beautiful card. See, it's beautiful. Fortune favours the brave or the bold. The doorway beckons, and it's full of great potential. Even in the material form, on this three-dimensional level, that in itself has many offshoots. It's not just material things. Let's get a card for the future. How was it in the past, journeying on that fortune wheel? Where do we see we've landed? I think we've landed in a good position this time round. What does the future here for the water sign, please? Wow. we get fire at its height, vitality, intense passion, the great force of will. Great force of will. Again, this is a gift of inspiration, creativity. Sorry, I'm just about to sneeze. Oh, I think it's gone. A complete gift yet again. Now maybe, just maybe, this wheel is still in spin. And I often think of those words from Bob Dylan. I don't know whether he wrote that song, but the wheel's still in spin. Don't speak too soon, the wheel's still in spin. This is a beautiful gift. Both of them are, to get 2 aces. Wow, something really amazing, I think, is in the pipeline. But we'll clarify these just to peel back the layer a little bit more. Let's see potential outcome. If we can wow. We have the beautiful, delicious, because it is delicious, the 10 of Cups. The consummate expression of full and healthy and expressive cups. Full and healthy emotional fulfillment of that heart area. But fulfillment, we see it, I always see the 10s as a sort of nearing the end of a cycle. Certainly because this becomes very material in the earthly sense, that it's the fruit on the bough of the tree, where these 2 babies are right at the top. I would suggest, just at glancing at these cards, that whatever you have plans for, you've got everything in place to be able to achieve everything. So let's just go to another deck here and we'll get some clarification. We'll look a little bit more closely and see. The Wheel of Fortune, please. The Wheel of Fortune, thank you. Swift communication and messages coming into you. I always look at this and I feel, you know, the current of that river. I guess it could be just a really large moat. But I often look at it and I think, the current is changing. It's speeding up. All the 8s are cards of the mind. And this is in particular one of communication. Swift communication, communication via internet, digital. Very interesting. So the Wheel of Fortune, communication, speed. Whatever plans you have had or do have, I believe you've put them into a kind of motion a while ago. And now you're really getting gifted with some things that are going to spur you along. There might be a period of defining the boundaries of this project. I don't know why I get the thing of a project, whether it's work or personal projects maybe, but there will be a period of defining those boundaries and just throwing some things out there to see who reacts. You know how sometimes we do this? What kind of response do we get back? It's just ascertaining a kind of boundary situation. Right, so I do get that idea that it's possibly projects. So we'll look at the current energies of the Ace of Discs. I mean, this is pretty outstanding for you water signs. Let's see. Just one card, please. We have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is interesting. To me, the Nine of Wands is about habitual responses. So the Nine of Wands being a kind of wounded warrior. Be very with the Ace of Discs. Be very aware. This is habits. This has been so used to being on defense that you really don't just be a little bit wary of that. Maybe there's no need for that defense, because this is just because of what you've been used to in the past. The danger, water babies, is that you don't see this ace, this gift coming to you when it appears. Don't be put off by anything on the other side of the coin around it. This is where the 5 will come in handy, that you've given the rugs a bit of a beating. It's not really like that. I just saw that. You know, like you shake the corrugated iron to see if any great plague of mice jumps out. I think you've already cased the joint, as it were. This is kind of cryptic, but be wary. It could be a case of taking a situation, a project, an opportunity at face value and thinking, no. And when we go back to the first scenario, that this is something within yourself, that it's time to cast off. You don't need to be that. You don't need to carry your wounds forever and ever and allow it to bring out your own self-saboteur. You don't need to do that. Water babies, okay. So then we come into this future card of the Ace of Wands, another fabulous gift. And we get the 10 of discs. Again, the summation of wealth in every form. People gathering, there's a family, there's a tribe in this card. Maybe the directive is to seek their support. Maybe the directive, I do believe tens are often, was moving through the cycle, that the 10 is a sort of completion to something. I was just something else, sorry, comes through. As I was saying, seek support from your tribe or family, your place, the place where you feel you belong. We seem to have a kind of dual scenario in each placement here, because I also get that this Ace of Wands, which is really an amazing offering of absolute creative, vital expression. The other scenario of this is I guess, don't be blind to it, because it's not deemed to be valued or accepted by your tribe, your family, if that makes sense. Interesting, because they've not even come into form. It's as if something's underway, but it's not actually come into form yet. So there's variables here. Often, these readings are pretty much general, so they don't always resonate with people, and sometimes they do. It seems that the past is almost more real to you than the current. Yeah, don't be blinded by, as I say this, don't be blinded by the wounded warrior habit of self-sabotage. As I say that, this particular card came out for the 10, which is the 10 of Cups. The possible outcome. And again, an 8. The 8 of Swords. The quintessential card of self-limitation. Oh, I can only just say, water signs. Oh, I can only say, in the now and near future, keep your eyes wide open for these aces are huge opportunities. Risk-taking is not a bad thing. Self-limitation, the card expresses being bound, but they're not bound. bound by your own mindset. Very interesting. I'll just get one more card, please. Just one more card, thank you. Look inwards. Take a deep breath. Shine your little lantern into some of those dark corners of which we all have. Don't be scared. Shine the light just in those corners where it's the darkest and see what you find. I think this is the key at this current juncture. If there's confusion, if you feel stuck in making choices or decisions or going forward to accept, shine the light in there. A bit of self-reflection goes a long way. You never know what you find in those corners. Now, I'm just going to, that was a quite unusual reading, I think. Anyway, I'm just going to pull one card from the Journey Map deck, which is my oracle deck that I designed. I'm very pleased with it. It's a mind map. It's a map of the human journey. Oracle deck. So we'll just get one card for the beautiful, beautiful water signs. Express and relax. Bask in bounty. This is a card of, there are 4 cards in this deck that are cards of season. And this is summer. This is like the sun. Whatever you're experiencing at the moment, feeling bound by fears or not knowing which direction to take, this is a wonderful sign, especially with the Hermit. Just take some time out. Just give yourself time. I'll just get one more. Wow. This is a card of desire. It's feeling that rush of a sort of riding a wave of absolute and utter glorious pleasure. It really is a divine card. Whatever I have said throughout this reading, I hope you something made sense. I really, watery babies, it's been a funny reading for me, because I'm not quite sure. It's as if the water's a little bit murky. So I apologize for that, but I get what I get. So thank you. Thank you sincerely for connecting with me at the Lightroom forecast. And we'll be doing monthly readings for earth, fire, air, etc., water. as time goes on, every month, as well as a beginning of the month forecast for general energies swirling around this global community that we live in, that is going to need to become more connected in different ways. And it seems that as local economies take off because of the ramifications of the pandemic, there is certainly a new renaissance happening within people being more aware of their community. So that's a great thing. I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent, but it seems that there was a business element to this reading for some, a project or business. But I digress. Thank you for connecting. Take care.